Hi everybody, welcome to another YDFLive show. It is Monday. My name is Stephen Aitchison. I'm the creator of YourDigitalFormula.com, a program to help you grow your audience, share your message and transform your business. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about focus. So this is about focusing on your business. And I'm talking about that because I've not had some difficulty, but I tend to kind of forget about focusing on one or two key points for the business. So that's why I wanted to talk about it today, because I've been obviously in business for kind of a long time. But usually what I find is I think I can do more things than I actually can. Now I can do everything individually, but I take on a lot more projects than I actually should, or I try and do everything at once when I should really focus on one or two key areas of the business. And I think the problem with this, the question to ask yourself is, what three areas of the business, or what three things can I do today that are going to drive the business forward? What three things can I do today that are going to drive the business forward? So it's picking out your three main areas, your three main topics. And if you bear with me a wee second, I'm just going to log on to Skype just now. I'm being really disorganized today because we've been trying to get the webinar sorted out. So we're going to do a webinar on Wednesday the 26th of October, this coming Wednesday, and I've been relatively kind of disorganized for today. So we've just finished a mock kind of test just now, myself and Maria Flynn. So we've finished a mock test just now, and that's why I'm a wee bit disorganized today. So yeah, focus. So what three areas of your business can you work on today that are going to drive the business forward? And what I've found is I'm currently doing kind of Your Digital Formula. I'm doing videos for it. I'm recording new kind of modules for it. I've got videos from old products I'm putting up onto Kajabi. I've got a webinar to do. I've got sales pages to build. I've got loads of things going on, and I try and do a bit of them each at a time. Sometimes when I do this, I try and do a bit of them each at a time, but I always kind of remind myself that's not going to work. I have to focus on one part of it. What three things are going to drive the business forward? Obviously, that's a webinar, the Kajabi website, and doing the blogging modules, or doing the modules for, I've just finished the blogging module for Your Digital Formula. So that's the three things that are going to drive it forward. Everything else takes a back seat when you do it that way. So you have to let a lot of things in your business take a back seat and focus on the three things that are going to drive your business forward. And when you're thinking about this, it's not just about what three things are going to bring in the most money. It's not just about that. It's about the three things that are going to drive your business forward for the future as well. So when you sit down in the morning to do your work, you should already have planned out the top three things that are going to drive your business forward, or the top three tasks that you can do today that are going to help your business. And that's what you should focus on every day. Now, it might be that you work on the same three tasks for 1 or 2 weeks, and that's cool. Just work on those until they're totally finished, and then work on your next top three tasks. And that might only take 2 days, and then work on the next top three tasks. And you'll find as you kind of roll and you get all these tasks done, that your business is going to drive for much, much quicker, and it's going to grow much quicker than it would as if you tried to kind of focus on everything at once. Because what a lot of people are doing, especially with online businesses, they're kind of doing, they're writing a sales page, then they're going to do a squeeze page as well. They're working on the Facebook page, they have to do the Facebook posts, they have to do Facebook videos, they have to talk in groups, they have to kind of speak on interviews, they have to do all that. And there's a lot to take on, because there's a lot of work to be done when you're doing an online business, and it can be a lot of kind of effort to do that. But if you figure out what all your tasks are for the week ahead and pick your top three and just tick off, tick off, tick off. And I get kind of into that mode for a while, and I tick off, and everything gets done, and then I go back to, okay, I'm going to do all this and try it all at once. And I have to keep reminding myself, tick off, top three tasks that are going to drive the business forward. So that's what I'm currently doing just now to drive my business forward. And what I've done, what I've found in the last week, as myself and Maria were discussing this morning at a business meeting, when we have a date set, like for example, we've got this webinar set for Wednesday the 26th of October, and we've still got some work to do for it. But because we've got a date set, we're responsible, we're being held accountable to people for Wednesday, the people that have registered. We have to get that done. And I have to get my stuff done to make that happen for Wednesday the 26th. So when you set yourself a date and you're held accountable to people, then you really start to hone in and focus on the top 3 things that are going to drive your business forward. And it's a brilliant thing to do. Just 3 things, that's all you need to think about. Top 3 tasks that are going to help you this week to drive your business forward. And I've found I've got so much done over the last 5 or 6 days because I've just focused on the webinar, the actual Kajabi site that we're building out for your digital formula, and putting up some videos as well. The other stuff takes a back seat, and then I'll maybe focus on it for about an hour of that day. So I'll have to do my Facebook page. I schedule all my own Facebook posts. So I do that as well, and I make some videos, and I'll just take an hour to do that. Then I focus on the top 3 tasks after that, because there's still some things that need to be done, like answering questions and kind of doing admin work as well. So if you do that, I guarantee that you'll feel much more productive, a hell of a lot more productive than you might have had before. And even in your personal life, if you think about it that way as well, just focusing on the top 3 tasks is going to be amazing for you as well. But the hardest part is just reminding yourself to come back to the top 3 tasks. That's going to be the hardest part in business and in your personal life as well. So we've got a comment from Fiona Cheney. I need this. I try to do too much. 3 things is very manageable. Thank you. And I think it's same with me as well, Fiona, because probably like me, you probably got all these skills that you have. Like you might be able to build a website, you might be able to do a WordPress, you might be able to write, you might be able to do the Facebook, you might be able to do loads of other things. And because you can do all those things, you try and do a piece at a time. But really what's happening, you never get one piece fully finished until maybe 2 weeks later, when it could have been finished on that day if you just focused on the top 3 tasks. So I'm exactly the same, and I have to keep reminding myself to come back. Top 3 tasks. Steve, do the top 3 tasks. Just keep reminding yourself every single day and every morning when you get up. And an even better thing to do is, before you go to bed at night, figure out what the top 3 tasks are for the next day for your business and personal life as well. If you're doing it for your personal life, this is not just about business, because business essentially it is 70% personal development. So we can use all this information that I do on the lives for this show. You can use it in your personal life as well. It's not just for business, but it's focused on business, but you don't just have to use that. So that was my top huge tip for today, and it's really going to change the way you do business if you just focus on those top 3 tasks. A follow-up comment from Fiona Cheney. Yes, like a jigsaw, exactly like a jigsaw. So you get the corner piece, top right corner piece first, then you get the next 2 pieces, and then you get the next 3 pieces, then next 5, then next 7, and you just do it 3 jigsaw kind of pieces at a time. And that's the way to do it. Okay, comment from Deb Wells. Dedication to focus is a must. Doing little and often is better than bombarding yourself with everything. Breathe. And that's a really good point. Breathe, because when you try and do everything all at once, because you see all those things in your mind that you've got to do, and it's so, okay, it's in this corner of your mind, it's in that corner, it's in the middle, it's at the back, it's everywhere. Just breathe and let it out. Breathe. So that's a good point there. Just kind of breathe and pick 3 points and just work on them one at a time until each of the 3 are finished. And what it gives you as well, it gives you a sense of kind of motivation as well, because when you're finishing each task, you can see that list getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Whereas if you try and do everything at once, that big list of 30 things that you have to do, it never really gets finished. Because you're going down the list, so I've not finished anything today, going down the list tomorrow, I've not finished anything. But if you start ticking it off one by one, that's a good thing to do as well, because it keeps you motivated and it keeps you feeling that you feel productive when you're doing it that way as well. So it's a really good thing from that point of view as well. And also, there's another point, but I've just forgotten what the point is. Let me think. Right, what was I talking about? I can't remember. It was a good point as well. It was a really good point. It'd blow your mind if I remembered it. I might remember it. No, that's away. Right, comment from Julie Kirkham. Thank you. I've been doing this and it works. I also write a list every night for what I hope to accomplish the next day. That's brilliant. I love doing that. I kind of usually do it mentally. I used to kind of write out a list. I had a book. I don't know where it is. It's in the bookshelf there. But I used to write out a list of what I was going to do. But now just gone into the habit of doing it mentally. So I know when I'm waking up what I've got to do. But sometimes because there's that much to do, I kind of get stuck and I have to keep reminding myself to come back. And then it'll just become a habit. Top three things. Just remind yourself all the time, top three things. And I've tried so many ways to do things. But list posts are definitely the best. We use something called a pulse. And we've got lists in there of everything that we have to do. But now we kind of know what we're focusing on. So it's a really good thing. So I'm just wondering if anybody has any questions about that topic, about focus, about kind of business, about social media, about anything else. If you've got any questions, just put them in the comments box just now. And let me know. Magella Carney is saying, thanks Steve, feeling much better. That's good. Glad to hear that, Magella. I know you weren't feeling well at all last week. Okay, so do you have any questions on focus, on business, on anything to do with social media, about the webinar that's coming up on Wednesday? As I said, we've got the webinar coming up on Wednesday 26th, and that's how I managed to get 19,468 followers every single week without spending a penny on ads. And it's going to be a brilliant one. We've been working really hard on this one just to give you the best information, and we've got a webinar only offer for people that attend the webinar as well. So that's going to be a really fantastic webinar and I can't wait for that. I'm actually looking really forward to it. Okay, we've got a question from Maria Flynn. Does food and diet affect your focus? Food and diet definitely affects your focus, and it's something I need to be mindful of, Maria. So if you're eating too much, and I've found this for myself, it might not be the same for you, but I've found this for myself. If you're eating too much stodgy stuff, you're kind of feeling lackadaisical. You can't really get that energy that you need to focus throughout the day as well. So food and diet does play an important part. And what I've found as well is kind of drinking a lot of water. Drinking a lot of water really, really helps to maintain that energy throughout the day as well. Especially if I get by on about 4.5, 5 hours sleep a night. And you have to maintain that focus all throughout the day. But food and diet play an important part, and water plays an extremely important part, and also taking kind of breaks. Because sometimes I forget to eat because I'm that busy doing things or that focused on doing things that I forget to eat. So you have to take scheduled breaks. Get up, walk away for 10 minutes after every 90 minutes I've got it down to. It used to be 45 minutes, now I've got it up to 90 minutes. So you work to your schedule as well and have something to maintain that energy. Have something light during the day, and you can have your heavier meal at night, say 5 or 6 o'clock or something. But water is key for this as well. So glad you asked that, Maria. You'll probably know more kind of about that, because that does definitely affect your energy. And I need to kind of pay more attention to eating more vegetables and fruit. And what I usually do is every 6 months or so, I usually go on a kind of fast. I know we're getting away from the topic. I usually go on a juice fast where I'm getting all the vegetables and the nutrients from the vegetables as well. And I'll have a juice kind of every now and again as well to get those nutrients from the vegetables and stuff like that. So diet is key, and it's not a big thing that I'm huge on just now. It's not something I should pay more attention. That's what I'm trying to say. I should pay more attention to it. So yeah, so if you have any more questions on that, let me know before we go. Maria Flynn saying I forget to. I do that as well. A lot of the time I just thinking, have I had anything to eat today? Because I get up, if I'm up at 5 o'clock and I start kind of working after my meditation session, I've got a meditation session, I see to the dog and everything else. Then I'm right into work, and then it can be maybe 3, 4 o'clock and I start to feel the hunger pangs. I'm thinking, have I eaten anything today? I have to ask the question and I have to try and remember if I've actually eaten anything. So it's really important to do that. Denise saying, I want to join the webinar, but the link doesn't work here. That's strange. So I'm just going to click on the link just to see if it's working. Ah, that's strange, Denise. I'm just clicked on the link above this, above the comments, and it seems to work okay just now for me. Fiona Cheney is saying, how do we get to hear the webinar? How is it spelt? Food definitely changes concentration for me in liquid. Fiona, the link to the webinar is above the comment section. So where you've just put a comment, there should be a link above the comments field if you scroll up. Or if you're watching this in your news feed, it should be above the video. So just check out there and click on the link there. It should definitely work. It's working for me okay just now. Denise, I don't know why it's not working for you. Hazel Johnson saying, completely agree. Sometimes my health challenges me exhausted. Do you have tips for exhaustion impeding on business? It's going to impede big time on your business. So it is about food and diet as well, and obviously exercise. And we go to the gym about 3 or 4 times a week as well. So I make a point of that. And again, because it's been so busy, it's only been once, I think last week I managed to go to the gym. But that's an excuse on my part. I should make time, I should prioritise that as part of my regime, because I know if I don't go to the gym for 3 or 4 weeks, I know I'm going to feel really tired kind of later on. I'm going to feel exhausted as well. So it's about your diet, it's about your exercise, about the amount of sleep you're getting as well, Hazel. So you have to look at all that. I know that's a lot to kind of think about, but we have to look at all that just for our general health, not just for business as well, but for our general health. Lorraine Emmett saying the link is working okay for you. Good, thanks for that, Lorraine. I really appreciate you testing that out. Denise saying I live in the Netherlands, maybe that's a problem. It shouldn't be, Denise. You should be able to get it all over. It shouldn't be. So Maria's put the link in again, just in case anybody can't get it. It'd be great to see you on the live, because it's going to be a really, really good one. And I love doing the lives. It's kind of like doing the live shows. You get to interact with everybody. And then I do my kind of presentation. And then I get to interact with everybody at the end with your questions, with a question and answer session. So it's going to be much longer than this. The live shows are about 20 minutes long or something. And the webinars are going to be about 75 minutes, where you're going to get a lot more information. So it's going to be a really, really good one. Charlene, sometimes get stressed up and forget to eat sometimes, but from now on I want to have 3 goals and work around that, and I'll correct my diet. Excellent. That's good, Charlene. Definitely something to think about. Rosie is saying good link. Excellent. So the link is working okay. That's brilliant. Okay, any more questions just before I go and wish you a brilliant day? Any more questions very quickly, if you can sneak one in? Nope, I don't think so. Right, the comments are stuck again. There might be more questions. Nope, that's it just now. Maria Flynn says, I got a sneak peek of webinar. Training will be awesome. Yes, it is going to be really good. I'm really excited about this one, Maria. I think it's going to be really, really good for people as well. I think they're really going to enjoy it and get a lot out of it as well. And it's going to really get your brain thinking, because you're just going to think, is that possible? Is this how I do it? Is this how I grow my Facebook page? And your Facebook platform is really, really important for your business. As I said, Facebook is extremely important for business, because it's still going to be here in 5 to 10 years' time. Not like a lot of platforms that are coming out and then they're kind of gone in 1 or 2 years' time. Lorraine Emmett, do you have any tips for the huge list you've got to get through, stopping you sleeping at night? Yes, that's what I was talking about earlier on, Lorraine. So it's just about the huge list. So we're talking about that. And the huge list, you just, usually what happens if you've got a huge list, and I've done it as well, Lorraine, and I kind of still do it, and I have to remind myself to go back. So the best thing to do, instead of getting nothing done on a huge list, instead of doing a little bit of something on the list that you've got, what to do is just focus on the top 3 things that are going to drive your business forward, or going to drive your brand forward, or going to do something you feel important for your business. It might be for financial, it might be for branding, it might be for writing or something like that, getting your name out there. Focus on the top 3 things that are going to drive your business forward. And then you'll get to see you tick it off as you go along. You don't need to have a list, but you can mentally tick it off, say that's done, that's done, that's done. instead of looking at your list every day and say, still not completed, still not completed, still not completed, you get to have that sense of completion, and that gives you more motivation going forward as well. So I hope that helps, Lorraine. With regards to worrying at night when you're sleeping, I think the thing to do there is not try, but do it. Make a point of being able to switch off after your business is finished. So what I've done recently, and I got into the habit of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working throughout the day with everything that I had to do. Then I would sit with my wife Sharon for maybe an hour and a half, and then we'd have our dinner together with the boys if they're in as well sometimes. And then I'll go back to work until about 9, 9:30. But now what I've done, I've gone into the habit of working just 7 o'clock is going to be the deadline. So I'm not going to work past 7 o'clock at night anymore. That's still 14-hour days within that, whereas before it was 15, 16, 17-hour days, which is crazy. And plus I'm not getting the time to spend with Sharon, my wife. So have a cut-off point at night. And what that does in your mind as well, because you know you've got a cut-off point, say 7 o'clock, or it might be 5 o'clock for you, because you know your mind knows it's got a cut-off point, you tend to work a little bit faster, and you tend to be a little bit more productive as well. And that, coupled with the 3 top tasks you've got to do for the day, you'll get so much more accomplished. So much more, it's unbelievable. Lorraine Emmett, sorry I missed a notification and missed the start. Hangs head in shame, that's not good enough, Lorraine. No gold stars for you this week. Nah, that's you. You're in the bad books. No, that's fine, Lorraine. That's and you'll get to watch a replay. But it was just about picking the top 3 things on that list of yours as well, and that's really going to drive your business forward. Charlene Nielsen is saying, thank you, Steve. You have no idea how much this helps us out. I've learned so much from your show. Brilliant. I'm glad that's helped, Charlene. Really, really happy that's helped. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for just now and wish you a brilliant day. So until tomorrow, same time, I will speak to you later. Take care. Namaste. Bye now.